February 24th, 2026 marks the anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. 4 years in, this war has become the deadliest war in Europe since World War II, and the numbers are staggering. Let's break it down. Civilian deaths first. The United Nations Human Rights Monitoring Mission says it has verified at least 15,000 Ukrainian civilians killed and more than 41,000 injured since February 2022. That includes hundreds of children. The UN stresses these are verified cases only, and the real toll is likely higher because many areas remain inaccessible. On the Russian side, Moscow has reported comparatively small numbers of civilian deaths inside Russia from Ukrainian strikes, generally in the dozens to low hundreds in official regional statements. Those figures are contested by independent analysts, but lower civilian deaths on the Russian side make sense, given that Ukraine only maintains control over a small part of Russian territory. Now, military losses. A recent report by the Center for Strategic and International Studies estimates that as many as 1.8 million soldiers have been killed, wounded, or are missing on both sides since February 2022. CSIS estimates Russia has suffered about 1.2 million casualties, including up to 325,000 troop deaths through December 2025, which it says would mark the highest number of troop deaths for any major power in a single conflict since World War II. The same report estimates that Ukraine has seen between 500,000 and 600,000 military casualties, including up to 140,000 deaths. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said earlier this month that 55,000 Ukrainian troops have died, adding that many more are missing. Russia has not released updated battlefield death figures since January 2023, when it acknowledged just over 6,000 confirmed military deaths, a figure widely considered outdated. Now, displacement. More than 6 million Ukrainians remain refugees abroad, according to UN agencies, and roughly 4.6 million are internally displaced inside Ukraine. On the Russian side, evacuations from border regions, particularly Kursk and Belgorod, have displaced over 100,000 Russian residents during periods of cross-border fighting and drone attacks. Now, the financial damage. A joint assessment by the World Bank, United Nations, European Commission, and the Ukrainian government estimates Ukraine's reconstruction cost at $588 billion, with $195 billion in direct physical damage recorded through late 2025. The European Union says it has committed 194.9 billion euros, which equals roughly $230 billion at current exchange rates. The United States has appropriated about $187 billion for Ukraine-related military, economic, and humanitarian support, including more than $30 billion in direct budget support to Ukraine's government. Russia's own military spending has surged. According to Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, Russia's 2025 planned military budget is 15.5 trillion rubles, which equals roughly to $165 billion. Ukraine has also struck inside Russia. Industry estimates reported in Russian business media suggest Ukrainian attacks on oil refineries in 2025 caused losses exceeding 1 trillion rubles, roughly $13 billion. 4 years on, the numbers aren't just statistics. They represent an entire generation shaped by war. Up to 1.8 million casualties. More than 10 million people driven from their homes. Nearly $600 billion in destruction and counting. And with the front lines still shifting and peace talks dragging on, the question is no longer how much this war has cost, but how much more the world is prepared to pay before it ends.